Hi, I've done a couple of travel vlogs this year about my trips to Devon and to La Palma and to Porto in Portugal, and then I also did another vlog on the best portable imaging kit that I've found to use. Basically the equipment that I use when I'm travelling is the Skywatcher Star Adventurer on a normally a sturdy tripod. I've got a Manfroto 055 carbon fibre which I'm vlogging on at the moment, and I use a Canon EOS R mirrorless camera. I found the setup to be very good, very reliable, highly portable, particularly for flying. So one good question is, why do we need to polar align the scope? And basically, why do we need an equatorial mount, or a tracking mount as they're more commonly known? Basically, the Earth rotates and that makes the stars appear to be moving. The stars are generally static for all intents and purposes, but the Earth's rotating. So what we do is, if we can align the equatorial axis with the pole star, which is very close to the centre of rotation of the Earth, and then we can drive the mount, then the stars will appear to stay still, which is really good for taking images of objects in the night sky. So if we're imaging galaxies or nebulas or even the moon. Of course, if you're doing super wide field, you don't have to be quite as fussy, but the moment you start to use a refractor, I use a William Optics 51mm Redcat, then your polar alignment needs to get better and better and more precise. So that's why we need to use a tracking mount and why we need to get good, accurate polar alignment through the equatorial axis. For those of you that don't know what a Polemaster is, it's basically a CCD camera coupled with a piece of software that you run on a laptop, which helps you to get very accurate polar alignment and takes all the guesswork and all the time out of getting that accurate alignment. I use them both on my travel scope, and I also use it in my observatory to get super accurate alignment. One of the questions that I was asked was, how do I attach the Polemaster, the little webcam, onto the equatorial mount? Because if you look at the L bracket here, so you've got my camera on one end, you've got the counterweight on the other, it's quite a fat little stubby screw, and obviously it's not going to fit on here. So basically you need to buy an adapter. So this is the piece here, fits onto the back of the Polemaster. You can see the camera there, and then what you need is one of these little adapter screws. So basically you screw that into the hole on the back of here, and then you screw that in here. You don't have to have the Polemaster mounted spot bang in the middle of the equatorial mount. You can actually offset it and it works just as well, and I've had really good accurate results doing it in that way. So I hope that answers the question as to how the Polemaster gets connected onto the L bracket on the Star Adventurer tracking mount. Wishing everyone clear skies and a happy new year.